So you know which end to use?
No, the big end, right?
The big end.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Is it on?
Yep. Well, we're here today to teach Mr. Throat Punch.
I love your guys' t-shirts, by the way.
Yeah. You're not matching. What happened?
Where's yours?
Sorry.
Sweet.
We are here to kind of help Austin and hopefully help you.
Make fun of Austin and help
maybe-
you.
So this is this is what I want to get out right now. I want to get out this right off the
We
table
all
and everything.
started
Guys,
somewhere.
everybody starts somewhere. I think a lot of people, they're actually embarrassed. I'll just say it right out loud. They're embarrassed to call because they don't want to sound bad.
Especially on video for the first time.
Really? Austin, we have 2 YouTube subscribers. You'll be fine. You know, you get in front of people like, especially like this last year, like Corey and Dirk and Donnie, Elk 101 guys, and you get in front of these guys that like call and are world champions. Phelps.
The guy with his name on the bugle.
The guy, this guy right here.
That guy.
All those guys, it's just like, it's a little bit intimidating. I won't lie. Everybody starts somewhere. Every single person's got it. I'm not good at calling. I can call elk in, but I'm not good at it. I will definitely say that. My dad actually is making these reeds for us. He actually works for Jason Phelps. So here you go. That's a brand new one.
That's the committed.
That's the committed reed.
You got one that's already broke in?
Yeah, right
Well,
No, I'm good. I'm good. Let's start with the hardest.
Yeah.
Why not?
Why
I
not?
want to place the call in your mouth. Now there's a couple different styles.
Hold on. Yeah.
There's a couple different
There you go.
styles. I'm kind of different than both Trent and Trevor both. Is I place the call way forward in my mouth.
That's way forward. So what it's all about, guys, is
It's
wow.
so it's
That's
mouth
actually
shape.
not- that's actually not
Mouth
that bad.
shape and calling style is going to dictate which reed works best for you. Each of us all blow a little bit different style, different.
And it runs with your palate. Everybody, it's just like a fingerprint. Everybody's palate's different. Some people have more of an arch palate. What you're trying to do here is goes on the top of the roof of your mouth. The best way I can describe it is all you're trying to do is get a firm seal between this and the top of your mouth.
The metal part goes on the top.
Oh, gotcha.
Yep. This part is going to go forward and up.
Yes.
I got a lot more to go.
No, you're getting a sound out of it. So what we try to tell people at first is just to get any sound. Hold a sound. Just get a sound out of it. That's good. That's really, really good.
And you're
It's
naturally
really good.
Yeah, exactly. So as you can see, what Austin's doing is he's starting with pressure, cutting off all the air, slowly letting off pressure as he's adding air to it. It's going to basically fall off as you open your mouth, and that pressure.
If anybody's done like a turkey call, it's a lot like that for a cow call, and that's kind of, I've used one of those before.
You've called turkeys?
I read 100 years ago I did once.
So go ahead and put that call
Chameleon.
back in your mouth. Go through in that. I'll do it.
So come off of it a little bit faster. Yeah. See, I have air passage on mine. So I blow a call different than Cody. He can really, really control the air that goes over. I actually have a really deep palate on the top, so I have to blow more air to get the same sound as Cody's making. So mine will be a little bit louder and less controlled than Cody's. It's just this is the way I blow a call. I'm not as good as him at that, but it's still effective if you can still get the same sound.
100%.
Go ahead.
So yeah, and then just real quick, we teamed up with Phelps. We've got 3 different reeds dictated on latex thickness and stretch. This is the tightest stretched with a fairly thick latex. You can put a lot of air to it and a lot of pressure and produce the sound. This is medium thickness, medium stretch, and then this is a thick latex, softer stretch, and this generally, like tonal wise, the deepest tone, medium tone, highest pitch tone. But it also dictates on how your calling style and your palate.
Totally.
Can you bugle with the same one?
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
You can do every
This is
call. The way these are set up, they're all single reed, and once you find a reed that you like, you can cow call with it, bugle with it, chuckle with that. It's just volume control and pressure and air.
And practice.
Yeah, and practice.
Practice.
So,
Which is what I need to do a lot of.
yeah.
No, you're doing a great job. You're doing great. Angle your mouth too, Austin. So do your same thing that you were doing. Okay. There you go. See how that would change the pitch just by kind of smiling? There you go. There you go. Yeah. So use your lips to manipulate the sound in different, see how it makes it totally different?
See, when you close it off, it kind of like chokes it down. It's
Yeah.
almost better. If you think about how an elk calls too, it's that open mouth that they don't, a lot of people will close their mouth trying to call it. It's actually opposite. You want to open that mouth up.
I get a lot of blow by too.
So that's why I have to push a lot more air. I can't really do those really silent ones like Cody can do. What I use a reed for, I use an external cow call, which I wish I had right now, but I don't. I use that a lot to cow call with because I'm confident in it. It's all about confidence in the end of the day, guys. What I'll be using this for, though, every time is to stop a bull. Like if it's coming into my shooting lane, I don't care what I got to do, noise that I need to try to make to stop that elk. Mine are a lot louder than Cody's, but still get the same effect at the end of the day. I'm not very good at controlling that cow call to make that super silent, but that's what I use an external cow call for too.
Yeah, and that's partly like the latex stretch and thickness. I have a hard time blowing this personally. I got to blow more air to make it.
Whereas if I blow Cody's call, do you have one that's not slobbered on?
No.
No. I can't even get it. I can't even get a note out of it. It's stretched too tight for me, for my palate. That it just doesn't even register.
So open. So you're trying to do that. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So we're gonna run Austin through just some different varieties to see what works for you.
And so our kind of motto, I guess, in this whole thing is, out of these 3 calls, from what we've found with our palate differences and the people that we've all talked to, is one of these 3 will work for you.
Exactly. It's a wide variety. So one of these is gonna be the call. There again.
Okay.
So same deal. It's a little bit thinner latex, tighter stretch than that first call.
So you can tell how it's tighter latex. So you're gonna have to put more pressure on your tongue.
Actually,
See?
let off on the pressure.
But if you have air,
Yeah. So it's a little bit different tone.
right?
So now try the reason.
Is that this one?
Yep.
Yep.
This one fits better in my mouth, it feels like.
Does it?
So
like
one
it fits
question,
better.
one
Same
question
size.
that I got on Instagram that I saw: is it okay if I trim the tape? Absolutely. Like whatever works. Trevor, a lot of times he takes and cuts 1/8 inch off the whole thing. So try less air even. So you can get that softer quiet. So
There you go. Attaboy.
So how I just like what you could, I wish I could show you a little x-ray, but I plant my tongue, the tip of my tongue down in the bottom, and I create an arch with my tongue as that air is going over.
And the call fits up like
Above.
behind, right behind your front teeth, right?
Mhm.
Are you placing the call forward, Oz, or back, or
I'm kind of both.
mid-range?
Which feels better.
Try rotating that call forward and down.
Do a double. Go, ew. Getting better. Getting a lot better. A lot better.
So even try it.
Okay, you're taking a turn now. You're going down bad street. You're going down bad street. Bring it back. Let's bring it back.
Okay, not for you. It's all good.
So that's the whole thing, is try stuff different, guys. Everybody is a different palate. None of us learned overnight, I'll promise you that. But Austin, he's got the notes and everything. You're doing way better than I've ever done, like just starting out. So let's try a bugle.
Yep.
So this will be the easier thing for you, honestly. The easiest way that I've taught anybody to bugle is to just hold that high note. Go ee. You got a super high pitch there. Try to go from low to high. Perfect. Do the same thing that you just did. Probably not my face, but you're getting it. So it's a high note. It's a. I don't think there's a big reason that you have to really have a first of your bugle. Coming off your bugle is where it's.
Middle to the end is where the first part of the bugle is. A lot of people, they'll start low, and honestly, for me, I never even do it.
My best part of the bugle is when I'm using it to hit branches and stuff, just to see if it,
Just to clear a path.
just to make sound.
Okay, then start and just
Actually so.
That was good. That was good. Now come off of it a little bit different. You came off of it like
Yeah, I
that.
kind of shut it off.
Yeah, that was good though. That was good. Just try it again and kind of mess with the end of that. Better.
Yeah. So as you
Way better.
So you still like as you tailed off, you kept blowing air, so you got this like hollow kind of sound. Just.
Try a
You're like a
different reed.
13-year-old boy
Yeah,
just cracking.
Try a different reed.
Try the.
I gotta find that right.
May not be your reed. That's sound like a fireworks. Whistling. Whistling.
Whistling.
Right.
That's what I was going for.
The note that when it like resonates in your ear, we're like, oh, that's that locator note that you're like searching for. That's high pitch, resonating tone, and the reason is it carries the most distance.
Because when you're out there hunting, think about it. You hear a ee.
That's all you hear.
That's all you hear in the background. You're like, think that was a bull. I'm not sure. You know, you don't hear all those tones all the time. A lot of the times when you're trying to locate, you just want to be loud. You want to just
scream.
Get as high pitch as you can and as long as you can.
The whole thing with the bugle, blowing air, building pressure, holding, falling off of that end and stopping that airflow.
Way better. Way better.
100 times better.
Yeah. And what I tell everybody is practice on your way to work by yourself in the rig. Don't try to get the divorce and practice in the house. And there's a lot of people out there, guys, whoever's watching this might be one of them as far as they go, well, I tried it once and it doesn't work for me.
I feel like we all get better. Like the first week, we're kind of timid and as things, then we get a bull to respond and get a bull, we call it in, get it fired up, like our confidence goes through this and our calling ability, like just,
absolutely.
Like it just,
absolutely.
Every year,
steps
you
it up
just
a
go
notch.
through this process. Yeah.
Well, I've used, I don't know, a few years ago, I tried a cow call like this. Like Trent was saying, it made me gag. And every time I'd do it, I'd just gag and almost throw up. Yeah. So I just quit using it. And then I went to those, like a tube call, cow call. And that's what I've always used.
Go ahead and try another bugle again with that.
So try to come off it, try to make some notes as you're coming down off it.
You can kind of slow her down, and then you can bring a little bit of voice in. Don't go like, "Ugh," like a gorilla or anything, but
better, way better. Everybody asks about this super secret lip ball that people do, guys. And to be honest with you, the lip ball is probably the easiest thing of all three of these things. Putting your lips together,
I can do that.
like a monkey,
tighter.
and pushing it.
Nope.
Now put a bugle through it.
Like a trumpet.
Yeah. Put your lips really tight together. Really tight. No, with the reed in it. Not with the... Austin just lip balled. Biggest secret in bugling, right there.
So
You do that when you've already located one, and you're trying to get them in? Or what?
The biggest thing is like imitating what you hear that bull doing. So we don't really get into much on the language side of it. We hear sounds and behaviors and can tie some things together. Ultimately it's about the emotion that you're bugling with and how you're calling. Right there, you just do a bedded bull bugle. You get in with a bull that, and then starts chuckling, like that intensity, the cadence, all of that kind of ties into.
When you get that bull to do something and you get him to spout off, especially if you can see him, that's the best case scenario, because you can see his emotion, you can see his reaction to everything that you say. Key in on what he likes the most. If he whirls around and looks your direction when you do a high-pitched bugle, do a high-pitched bugle again. Just watch his body language. And that's the best thing that I would tell anybody, especially in the first time going out of state or people from back east coming out west to go elk hunting. Watch these elk and learn. The thing behind that is you don't know what happened last night. You never know. He might have got his butt kicked last night by another bull. He lost all his cows and he's out there searching around. He might respond best to just a cow call. A bugle might make him just run to the next county.
Yep.
It's always that. Every single elk is different. You never know what emotion and what temper they're in, and so you always test them. And so we start out with the cow calls and go a little bit more and a little bit more, and then push him a little bit more and try to get in his wheelhouse to where you are under his skin and you can tell, okay, this is what actually gets him fired up.
We'll do, like I said, just a locator sequence. I'll do 2 cow calls. You
Nailed
do
it.
2 cow calls.
We'll see how this goes.
Repeat and repeat.
Yeah, all right.
Good. That was good.
Yeah,
That was good.
Good recovery.
That was really good.
Sometimes it's the long shots that pay off the biggest.
That's all right.
A little dragony. It was good though.
Got a little
Yeah.
practice.
Yeah. You can bring your clips as you bring them close together. They'll start fluttering, and it doesn't go like a drastic, you know. So just that kind of finesse as you get used to it.
Awesome, you're doing awesome, man.
Dude.
I'm not kidding. You have the fundamentals now that you feel, I guess, from what just this little lesson taught you, that you could go in your pickup.
I can practice and then finally feel like when I get to a landing and I try to bugle, I don't go, okay, let's hope this one works.
Yeah. No, that's
And
totally.
I mean, there's a lot more, and you don't need the tube to practice. That's one nice thing.
Yeah.
I can just practice with this and not be walking around with a tube all the
there
time.
is a big difference in sound though from the tube.
Yeah,
to
but
just
like my
blowing
cow
out there.
call, and then just
Yeah,
trying to
Yeah,
get,
cow call. Yeah,
trying
totally.
to get it where it's
If
not
you get-
fluttering. I'm
If you
getting
get
that
really
flutter.
good at cow call, the bugle should be cakewalk. Chuckles.
Chuckles is a clown. He's not meant to be used to a
right.
bugle.
Yeah. And the thing with Chuckles is getting this. You have this influx of air in and out, in and out, in and out. If you ever watch a bull chuckle and you watch his belly and you watch that diaphragm, I mean that's
Yeah,
what he's
it's
doing.
bouncing.
It's air going in and out, and you get that.
You got extras just in
I-
case I swallow.
I've
Yeah.
got an AED in the rig.
Honestly, this is one that we got Dirk Durham coming over here.
He's the master.
He's the master, and I feel good that he'll be able to better explain it because his chuckle and what he does is unbelievable.
How much does a chuckle up your bugling game?
Tremendously.
A lot.
Yeah. You can hear someone bugle, and you're like, that might be a bull. Then you hear him chuckle, and it's like, oh, that's a person over there. It's like, I think chuckling, it's the hardest to master, but I think it elevates what your calling ability. And then, too, it just talks that whole emotion and going through. You can get intense with a bugle. Okay.
All it is, I mean, do you have to have it? No. To kill an elk? Heck no, you don't. No. But it's just another thing in your arsenal that you can use to try to close that distance. So.
All right, so chuckles. Sound-wise, this is what I'm going for.
Gosh, I'm screwed.
Sometimes it is the long shots that pay off the big hits. On that reed, you're coming on and off that reed
Yep.
as you do it too.
And I add that kind of sound to it.
All right, let's give this a shot.
Yeah. There, hey,
So you're still just kind of, yes.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Actually,
Yes.
go to the belly instead of just the.
It's
yeah,
from the
diaphragm, man. It's
diaphragm.
diaphragm.
I
It's
see what
your
you're
belly.
saying.
It's
Okay.
tighter. It's a monkey chasing a banana. It's close.
It's kind of into that bark.
No,
Short,
now I'm just
short,
doing cow calls
super
again.
short.
Hey, your cow calling's
Super
amazing.
short. So what's going on?
You sound like a wounded
My-
parrot.
Did you say ferret or parrot?
Both. I'm good either way.
Yeah. No, and that's once you get the
Yeah.
bugle down. I think once you get the bugle going and everything.
Let's
and then,
work on a
Rome
bark.
wasn't built in a day. Okay, that's all I remember.
Rome was not.
Somebody
built in a
told
day.
me that.
Let's try a bark. If you can get a bark down, you can kind of transfer that into a chuckle. It's not a sound that you like to hear in the woods, right? 2 reasons a bull will bark, or cows, is they smell you or they see you and they aren't quite sure. They'll bark out of an alarm. And then the second time is they'll come in and they know an elk's over there and they should be able to see it. And it's basically like, where are you at? So bark. And you're basically going to start with a lot of pressure and let off. Almost too much pressure.
There you go.
Getting there.
Hit that high
yeah.
pitch and then come down on what you just did.
Yeah.
There, that's better.
So
That's way better.
In that bark side of it, you can kind of take and now transfer that into a chuckle, not quite as harsh and rash on it. There's not a lot of reed noise in that. It's a lot of voice noise in that chuckle.
Awesome. Honestly, I think you're doing pretty darn good for
Amazing.
just starting.
Yeah.
So
We've been at
now
this
this kind of
25
gives you, for what, half an hour?
Yeah. the foundation.
Anybody need a caller? Give me a call.
After you're tagged out, of course.
He goes, that'll be at Throat Punch 34 on Instagram. Tag me.
Yeah, Austin, how do the people buy the throat punch?
Email me, throatpunch34@gmail.com. Email me with your size, and I'll send you an invoice and then send you a t-shirt.
Trevor got to hunt with him last year. Hopefully, and then this next year and the year after, we get to go do some stuff. Thank you for
being your guinea pig.
I was going to let you say
Yeah.
it. I was going to let you say it.
Let me out of the cage now.
All right, so the key, Austin, is practice, practice, practice.
Yes, and everybody, it's practice. That's what it is. It's practice, and I'm still not great at it, but at the same time, I keep practicing and keep getting better. That's about it. Guys, thank you so much for watching this. Big A, thank you for, thank you for coming.
Sorry for some of the noises that came out of this.
Yeah. No, there won't be an elk within this vicinity within the next, I don't know, 6 or 7 years. All right, guys, thank you. If you could just hit the subscribe button, we'd love it. Support us and help us out. We got some big things coming up for this season. Just stay tuned. I hope you guys like this little calling series we're putting together.